multiplying fractions. Yes. So just like adding and subtracting fractions, we can also multiply fractions, okay? But in this time, we don't look for common denominator. Why? Because we are not combining them and we are not taking it away from the other. That's why we have to make them have the same basis. But when it comes to multiplying, what do we do? Good. So we have 1 over 2 multiplied by 1 over 5. I always advise that you write out all the numerators like this. This is 1 times 1 all over 2 times 5. Now, when we have written it out like this, what do? We begin to simplify and see if we can cross out a common factor from up, down, right? But this time around, there is nothing actually to be simplified. So I have 1 times 1 is 1 and 2 times 5 is 10, okay? So 1 over 2 in 1 over 5 places. That's what it means. Then how do we really measure out this 1 over 5? That's why we have to use this method, right? So we have 1 over 10. If you like, sometimes you may begin to cross out from here directly. Now, when you're crossing out fractions, right, you can either cross it out vertically this way. So it means that a factor here, this one crosses this one. Well, this one can still cross. 1 can divide 1 in one place, and 1 will divide 5 in 5 places. It's still the same. Or you move diagonally like this, or like this. Okay, so I can say 1 cancels 1 here, right? And 1 in 2 is still 2. Okay, or I move from here to here. 1 cancel 1 here. 1 divided by 1 is 1. Yes, and then 5 divided by 1 is still 5. Okay, we cannot move vertically. That would be wrong. Oh, sorry, horizontally. You can't move this way. Why? Because this means 1 times 1. You can't divide it. It is times. You multiply things that are aligned horizontally. So we can't divide them, okay? But they can switch denominator. So 1 can be divided by 5. This 1 here can be divided by 2. But never horizontally, because it is times, not divided. So you can only move vertically or diagonally. Otherwise, I will always advise that you write them out like this. So we have 2 over 9 times 3 over 7. I will write out all my numerators. 2 times 3 over 9 times 7. It limits your chances of making errors, right? Limits your chances of making errors. So I can now look at it. Can anyone cross vertically or diagonally, not horizontally? Can you see? That's why I wrote it out. See, this is 2 times 3. I can't say 2 cancel 3. No. So let me look carefully if anyone can cancel out. Okay, so 3 here. 3 is a factor of 9. So I can say 3 here 1, 3 here 3. Is there any other division possible? Simplification possible? No. So I now have 2 times 1, which gives me 2. This is now 3 times 7, which gives me 21. Okay, so what that means is that 2 over 9 times 3 over 7 is 2 over 21. Okay, here we go, right? So let's write out our numerators. So we have 5 times 20 over 8 times 25, and let's see if we can simplify anything. Okay, I can already see this is possible. 20 and 25, I think they have common factors. So 25 can go in 20 in 4 places, and 5 will divide 25 in 5 places. Now, you can divide them anyway. Your common factors depending on what you see, right? For instance, now I already see that 4 again here can go in 1 places, and 4 can go here in 4 places. Or in 2 places, sorry. 8 divided by 4 is 2. In 2 places. Is there any other simplification possible? Oh, I see. 5 here 1 and 5 here 1. So what do we have left? 1 times 1 which gives me 1. 2 times 1, which gives me 2. So 5 times 8 multiplied by 20 over 25 is actually half, 1 over 2. Okay, so you can as well start simplifying, but I advise that you write it out like this so that it limits your chances of making a mistake. Okay, now we have 3 fractions. 2 over 5 times 1 over 3 times 3 over 10. No lowest common denominator, right? So we have 2 times 1 times 3, all the numerators. 5 times 3 times 10. Let's begin to see if we can have anyone to be crossed out. Okay, so 3 cancels 3 in one place rather. Any other one possible? Okay, 2 here, 1, 2 can go in 10, 5 places. Any other one? I don't think any. I cannot cross out these 5 and 5. This is 5 times 5. It's not, you can't divide them. They are not separated by a division sign. Okay? Line rather. So we can't move from here to here. It has to be up, bottom, up, bottom, up, bottom, or diagonally. You can move in any diagonal direction because they have a denominator. Okay? So this is 1 times 1 times 1. That's 1. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So our answer here is 1 over 25. What if we then have fractions that have whole numbers like this? What do? Do we multiply the whole numbers too? Do we do that? Let's try and do that. So we have 6 times 1 gives us 6 whole number. If we do this, 2 times 4 gives us 8, and 5 times 5 gives us 15. That will be our answer. 6 whole number, 8 over 15, but this will be totally wrong, right? We cannot multiply their whole numbers because they do not have a common denominator. So we don't have that right to combine them. They have no basis, okay? And we don't have to find common denominator for multiplication because we are not combining them. So what do we do in this case? The only way to solve multiplication with mixed fractions is to change them to improper fraction. Unlike when we were doing addition and subtraction that we could combine first, right? That's because we can find a common denominator for the 2 of them, or more of them, more than 2. But in this case, we only have to change to improper fraction. So I'll change this to an improper fraction. That's 3 times 6 is 18. 18 plus 2 is 20. So this gives me 20 over 3 multiplied by 5 times 1 is 5 plus the numerator, that's 4. 5 times plus 4 is 9 over 5. So I would see if I can cross out anyway. So like I've been explaining, this is 20 over 3 times 9 over 5. You can write it out like this, the numerator together, or you leave it written as this and begin to cross out, right? So let's see. Cross out 3 here 1, 3 here 3, 5 here 1, 5 here 4. So I have 4 times 3, which gives me 12 over 1. 1 times 1 is, so this is 12, okay? It doesn't really change anything. Here also, 3 cancels 3. 9, sorry. 5 here 1 and 5 here 4. I still have my 12 over 1, which is equal to 12. But the reason why I always advise that you write it like this is that sometimes in the bit from moving from one place crossing, you may actually make mistakes, right? So when you write it out like this, it actually makes it more easy and neater actually to cross out and be careful enough not to miss out on any number. Okay, so multiplying fractions, we only have to change the fraction, mixed fractions rather, to improper fractions. We do not multiply mixed fractions directly. That would be wrong. Okay, and then simplify the fractions using common factors, either vertically or diagonally. Never horizontally, never, because that's the multiply, not division. Now remember to leave your answers in the simplest form. And always remember, whatever you put your mind to do, you can do it.